NCSY staff people are uniquely inspiring because they've chosen this as their job, as their career, because this is what they care about. It means something to them.
NCSY feels a very important, vital, spiritual need. We need to support and understand how important it is to get involved, to be a part of it.
You get this drive that you're part of the continuity, the future of the Jewish people.
They come to NCSY for inspiration, but a lot of times they actually serve as the inspiration.
What can we do to ignite this tiny spark?
I was involved in NCSY for all of my high school years, and NCSY brought a Shabbaton to my shul in Milwaukee. I just remember being so amazed by how many teenagers were all of a sudden there, and the dancing and the singing, and I just remember being really amazed by what was going on. I'd never seen anything like it before.
This is what NCSY does. It takes Shabbos and it elevates it, and it brings it up to a point where, of course I want to keep Shabbos. Shabbos is amazing. This is what I want to do.
Seeing this inner fire inside each NCSY young adult, that's a flame that always grew. The more that we were involved with NCSY, the more that flame grew.
You see the sacrifices that a lot of these NCSYers take upon themselves to attend Shabbatons, to make commitments to their Judaism, and it's very inspiring to see that.
I had no idea really what NCSY was. My sister was a senior NCSYer and she loved it, so she wanted me to do it. And I just came in and I made so many friends, and it was the most amazing experience, so I just kept doing it.
The people I met right away definitely became, we were close pretty much right away, and it was permanent. I still keep in touch with those guys.
My earliest memory of NCSY was Conclave 2011. It was one of the greatest experiences of my life.
Within 5 minutes, someone came up to me and was like, "Hey, what's your name? How old are you? Where are you from?" And I'm like, wow, I already feel so connected.
NCSY makes Judaism so fun, and you know what? That's just one of the most important things to do in life. You have to be happy to be Jewish.
There's no question that what makes NCSY so unique is the incredible people that we have working in this organization.
They're the ones that are constantly spending time during their regular lives, going to events, being in touch with kids, talking to them on email, Facebook, phone. Those are the people that inspire me.
Shosh and David consistently go above and beyond in building deep and meaningful relationships with Jewish teenagers.
If I remember correctly, Rifki and Sari Marilis were the advisors, so they were my first advisors.
There's no way I could have known then that 18 years later we would have this relationship now where we're still going to Shabbatons together and we're still at this time bringing our families.
I think I can honestly say that there's no way I would be the person I am today without NCSY. It's affected me for sure in my Judaism, in my spirituality, in the way I raise my children. I would say it's affected everything about me.
It's a very special relationship to be able to see your NCSYer as a 9th grader and now as a giving member of the community, and somebody who is very tied to the community and somebody who's very, very special.
Shosh is definitely very close at heart with me. She's always at dinner and learning. She always has a smile on her face. She's your best friend. She's your advisor. She's your advice giver. She's like a mom. So she's awesome. She just inspires you to just be a better Jew.
NCSY is a place where kids can come and just feel comfortable, grow at whatever pace they need to grow at, make the relationships that they need at that point in their lives. NCSY means just a place where teenagers can come to feel accepted and at home.
NCSY is extremely respectful of everyone. Every convention, every event I go on, it's just there's literally there's no pressure. I didn't know that experience before NCSY, and I think I've carried it outside of NCSY.
With the knowledge that NCSY has given me, I started to become more faithful, and I started to believe in Judaism and in myself. NCSY has helped me be the person I've always wanted to be. I just couldn't be the person before.
Kids know and teens know that they will never be judged by Shosh and David, that no matter where they're holding in life, no matter how far they've come or if they haven't come at all, they have a place at Shosh's home and David's home and at their table.
Veloy
whenever we do local Shabbatones and we need a host home, we need somebody to host an oneg, there's almost no call needed. It's just like, oh, we'll be doing it by the Rosenwassers. And the kids know it, and we know it.
David and Miri Rosenwasser are really an example of what a member of the Jewish community in Chicago can do to extend themselves on behalf of NCSY.
If I could just be a part of this chut of giving them this, just a touch of Shabbos, and then hoping that one day they'll have it for themselves and continue to help others, made me feel like it's all worth it.
Anytime I wanted a meal Shabbos, 5 minutes before Shabbos, David would tell me, like, do you want to come over? I feel so welcomed, and it was a really good feeling inside to know that I had some family to connect to.
There was just this warmth in their house, and when you go there, you see people are there, and they come and they want to stay, and they're very passionate people. You see it very clearly in them, but you also see it very clearly in their children.
I grew up in a really warm environment. Where my father always had all these random people coming over. They were always so accepting with every single type of person that came in, and my mother wouldn't let anybody leave without something in their stomachs.
My mother, she's also very into the idea of bringing people into her home and really nurturing them and everything. And one thing that she said that really inspired me was that if he was my son, I would want someone to take him in the same way. And I think that this has to do with everything that NCSY stands for.
Ever since I can remember, I've always had such an awesome time with Meir Greenland and NCSYers.
NCSY is a very powerful place, and I love going to it.
Whenever we have a contest, it really inspires me just by watching people singing and dancing in such a good mood, and that is definitely something that will stay with me forever.
I love NCSY because it's so amazing to see all the teenagers on Shabbos sitting in a circle and excited to learn about Torah and mitzvot.
I see how my parents really care about every single person that's in their lives, and they go out of their way to do chesed, and it's really something so special to grow up with.
Kol Yisrael arivim zeh lezeh. We're responsible for each and every Jew, and if we want to inspire those who are not, involved or observant or even knowledgeable about what's important about being Jewish, show them that we do care, that we are all one people.
Together we must stand, one nation hand in hand. We are one people, we are one heart, and united with our...
NCSY has changed me in a lot of ways. The fact that I went to Israel, I would have never done that if it weren't for NCSY.
One program that I'm particularly proud of is called TJJ, the Jerusalem Journey, where we take public high school students for a month-long journey throughout Israel.
I went on TJJ this summer, and I learned a lot about the Jewish culture, and coming from Israel, there was a lot of things that I didn't know about religion and the culture, and it just made me grow and want to be a better Jew and just grow as a Jewish teenage girl.
Even coming back from TJJ from Israel, I became a better Jew, and I started to follow Judaism a little bit more.
TJJ is different, and it gives you a really good first-time experience, and I'm really thankful.
Every program builds on the previous program, where kids then have an opportunity to go on to an NCSY Shabbaton, where they develop even deeper relationships with advisors that help sustain them and nourish them and inspire them as these teens continue to grow in their Judaism.
I come from a home that's not so religious, so I definitely grew so much in my Judaism, went from not keeping kosher to keeping kosher, went from not keeping Shabbos to keeping Shabbos. I learn Torah every single day. I've literally been NCSY remodeled.
The future leaders of the Jewish people are today's NCSY participants.
I want to give back to NCSY, and I'm hoping that this is just the beginning.
One day I hope to get my own kids involved in NCSY because I saw how it impacted me, and you know what, the power of it is just incredible.
I just want more kids to experience what I experienced, because it was worth it and it's so much fun and I loved it.
I would just hope that everybody wants to join, everyone wants to be a part of something as great as NCSY.
Every person at the table, you actually know someone who has either been impacted or can be impacted by the far reach of NCSY.
NCSY reaches hundreds and hundreds of kids from all different backgrounds, and it's a place where they can all come and feel at home.
I've seen firsthand with so many teenagers how essential NCSY is in their lives For many, many teens, it is their only Jewish connection. Without the Shabbatones, they would never have Shabbos. Without NCSY's support, they would never be able to make it to a Jewish camp in the summer. They would never be able to make it to Israel to learn. It's such a pleasure for us to be able to help NCSY in this important work. And the supporters of NCSY should know that they really are making a difference in so many teenagers' lives.
Seeing these kids at our Shabbos table, enjoying the Shabbos meal, enjoying Kiddush, enjoying Zmiot, enjoying family interactions, Shabbos games, and it just makes them feel like they're nurtured and loved. This was the most rewarding thing. It's like you're giving somebody something they truly will never forget. You're a part of it. It's a zchut. It's a zchut to be a part of it. We can show them how to connect with Judaism and that it is a beautiful and a meaningful part of our life. It is essence our whole life. That's what we live for. But to give them a little bit of a little taste of that, that's what NCSY can do for the future of our Jewish people.